Good morning, guys. For morning meeting today, we are going to be starting a new Read Aloud book. Our Read Aloud book is by an author named Judy Blume. It's called Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. We'll learn a little bit about our main character. We'll hear about what he wins at a birthday party, and then it'll also include some other characters like his silly little brother. So let's get started, and we're going to read the first chapter today for our morning meeting. Chapter 1 is called The Big Winner. I won dribble at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. All the other guys got to take home a goldfish in little plastic bags. Now I won him because I guessed that there were 348 jelly beans in Mrs. Fargo's jar. Really, there was 423, she told us later. Still, my guess was the closest. Peter Warren Hatcher is our big winner, Mrs. Fargo announced. At first, I felt bad that I didn't get a goldfish, too. But then Jimmy handed me a little glass bowl. Inside there was some water and 3 rocks. A tiny green turtle was sleeping on the biggest rock. All the other guys looked at their own goldfish, and I knew what they were thinking. They were wishing that they had a tiny green turtle, too. I named my turtle Dribble. While I was walking home from Jimmy's party, I lived at 25th West 68th Street. It's an old apartment building, but it's got one of the best elevators in all of New York City. There are mirrors all around the wall of the elevator. You can see yourself. There is even a soft cushioned bench that you can sit down at if you're too tired to stand. The elevator operator's name is Henry Bevelheimer, but he lets us just call him Henry because Bevelheimer is a very hard last name to say. Our apartment is on the 12th floor, but I don't have to tell Henry this. He already knows. He knows everybody in the building. He's that smart. He even knows that I am 9 and that I am in 4th grade. I show Henry Dribble, my new turtle, right away. I won him at a birthday party, I said. Wow, said Henry. I'm sure your mother will be surprised. Henry was right. My mother was really surprised. Her mouth opened, and I said to her, just look what I won at Jimmy Fargo's birthday party. And I held up my tiny green turtle. I've already named him. His name is Dribble. Isn't that a great name for a turtle? My mother made a face. I don't like the way he smells, she said. What do you mean? I asked. I put my nose right down close to him. I don't smell anything but turtle. So Dribble smells like a turtle, I thought. Well, he's supposed to. That's what he is. And I do not want to take care of him either, my mother added. Of course you won't, I told her. He's my turtle, and I'm going to take care of him. So you're going to change his water and clean his bowl and feed him and do all of that? My mother asked. Yes, I said, and even more. I am going to make sure that he is a very happy turtle. This time my mother made a funny noise. It sounded a bit like a groan. I went to my bedroom. I put Dribble on top of my dresser. I tried to pet him and tell him that he would be happy living with me. But it isn't easy to pet a turtle. They aren't soft, they are not fuzzy, and they do not lick you or anything. Still, I had my very own pet at last. Later, when I sat down at the dinner table, my mother said, "Oh, I smell turtle. Go and wash your hands. Scrub them," my mother said. Some people might think that my mother is my biggest problem. She doesn't like turtles, and she is always telling me to scrub my hands. Now, scrubbing your hands does not mean just running them under water. Scrubbing means that I'm supposed to use soap and rub my hands together hard. Then I've got to rinse them and dry them off. Whew, I ought to know by now. She's told me every day. But my mother is not my biggest problem. Neither is my father. He spends lots of time watching commercials on TV, That's because he's in the advertising business. These days, his favorite commercial is one for a drink called Juicy O. He wrote the commercial himself, and the president of the Juicy O liked the commercial so much that he sent my father a whole crate of Juicy O for our family to drink. It tastes like a mix of oranges, pineapples, grapefruit, pears, and banana. And if you want to know the truth, I'm getting pretty sick and tired of drinking Juicy O. But Juicy O is not my biggest problem either. Here's my biggest problem. My biggest problem is my little brother, Farley Dextel Hatcher. He's 2.5 years old. Everyone calls him Fudge. I feel sorry for him, growing up with a name like Fudge. But I don't say a word. It's none of my business. Fudge is always in my way. He messes up everything he sees. And when he gets mad, he throws himself flat on the floor, and he kicks his legs and starts to scream. And he bangs his little fists on the ground. The only time I really like Fudge is when he's sleeping. He sucks on the 4 fingers of his left hand, and he makes funny slurping noises. When Fudge saw Dribble, my new turtle, he said, "Ooh, me see?" And I said, "That's my turtle. Do you get it? My turtle. Do not touch him." Fudge said, "Oh, no touch." Then he laughed at me like crazy. All right, so there's our first chapter of Tales of a 4th Grade Nothing. If you'd like to comment and interact with this post, you can tell me, what do you guys think about Fudge? Do you think Fudge will follow the rules not to touch Dribble the turtle? I don't know. On Thursday, we'll read chapter number 2, and we'll be able to find out a little more about our main characters and what's going to happen in the story. So think about what we know about how you set up a story. A story starts with a beginning, then it goes to a middle, then it goes to the end. Right now, we are in the beginning. If you think of some things that happen in the beginning of the story, we just heard them in this chapter, you can also comment those below. The beginning of the story has a job. Tell me if you know what that job is. All right, guys. Love you all. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.